Yo, what's going on, everybody? We are at another episode of our Busy Love Podcast. She was about to sing. What you got? Sing it.
Vlog class.
Oh, yeah. Vlogcast. My bad,
we'll
y'all.
We'll have a little song intro and probably 30 videos later. Keep the consistency and then you get the upgrade,
That's true. But we a boss team together, so a lot of them things might happen here soon. You never know. But that being said, you all, as you already know, I'm Tim, and this is my beautiful fiance, who?
Roxy.
Oh, snap. Now, that being said, you all, look, I know you see a lot going on a little bit in the background. Right now, we are in the midst of doing some different design layouts.
Yeah, I see them boxes.
Yeah, you can see them boxes. But we in the midst of doing some different design layouts. Right here, this big box right here behind me, we got our shelf, or not a shelf, our bookshelf that's going to be going up right here behind me, actually, as
Hopefully he put it together soon, it's been months.
It's not been no months. First off, y'all, it ain't been no months.
Y'all know how it is when
y'all,
when your man be like, I'm gonna put that up this weekend.
Hey,
this weekend
we are two busy business owners, entrepreneurs, whatever you want to call us, but stuff happens. Stuff happens. She could be down here putting it up if she wanted to, but it's all good, y'all. We're gonna get it done. So hopefully, you know what? I'm gonna make it a commitment.
That confirmation ain't gonna get done.
I'm gonna make a commitment to y'all. By next podcast, I'm going to do my best to have that bookshelf up.
We need to let them know when the next one come in. They weekly.
They're
weekly, guys. But, it's been a lot going on.
A lot, for real, has been going
on. Just like, YouTube, there's some amazing YouTubers out there, some amazing couples. I will shout out some if I could think of their names, but we don't be on YouTube as much, but we will be back at it. But there's some amazing people out there, and consistency, is key.
Consistency is key.
It's a full-time job, so you guys inspire us.
Yeah. She always be telling me that too, yeah. It's like a full-time job. It's consistency. And I just be telling her, look, yeah.
Take the stairs and not the elevator.
This how I be feeling, y'all. Look, all you great, wonderful YouTubers and TikTokers.
Let me see.
Why you do that? And cover up the whole camera.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, this girl just messing stuff up. Okay, yeah, but the point is, look, yeah, I commend you. Honestly, I do. I know you all have worked hard to get your YouTube following and subscribers up the way you have, and you all are consistent. You all are probably making money by it, so congratulations to you all. We're working to that point. It's just we also have our two businesses, and so
that's why it's called Our Busy Love, because we busy and we in love, and we two entrepreneurs trying to make it work.
But that being said, y'all, we want to get to the episode. We got some time, and we're going to utilize this time. Look, we got about 10, 15 minutes. We want to make sure we do this right. So I don't know why she been in this rush mode lately, y'all. Like, I told her, you can't have fun.
I forgot. I thought we was on TikTok with 3 minutes.
But can't have fun when you rushing.
15 minutes. No, Tim's long-winded, y'all. I ain't never been nobody that talk more than I do. Finally, I done met him, and now I be like,
she say I talk more than her. She said I talk more than her, but Nick, she talk way too. But anyway, y'all, look, what is this episode about? Now, if you're following us on TikTok or Facebook, you saw us put up a video last week. We were telling you all about what it feels like to be done wrong, and how do you actually handle that. Now, granted, I'm not giving you a playbook about what's the best way to handle it, you all. Honestly, it just really is dependent on the situation that you're going through at that particular time. And everybody's going to handle things their particular way based on their upbringing, their experiences, yada, yada, yada. So what I don't want you to hear me say is that my way that I'm going to tell you is law, and that is the best way, the right way.
Well, yeah, we're giving the word of God. That's the playbook, the Bible.
Well, we get the word of God. Now I'm going to tell y'all this. That's law. You ain't going to argue with me about the word of God. we can have a talk, but I ain't gonna argue with no fool.
You want
you wanna I ain't got time to argue with you. No. Yeah, we'll put it up on top for y'all. Let y'all go ahead and look at that if y'all ain't already seen it.
Check on his editing.
Right. She want to see how well my editing skills are, y'all. But that being said, this episode is going to be talking about.
Fast forward to 5 minutes and 22 seconds.
Hey, y'all, look at all this stuff, you all, because what you're seeing here now is the start. You had to start somewhere. So be honest with you all. While some of you all might want to fast forward or skip us because of whatever, like just remember when we're sitting in our lavish house, upgraded from this one, and YouTube, TikTok, Facebook, all them platforms are paying us money, and you're wondering, well, how did they get there? It's because we took the hard road and we said we're going to put forth the work required.
In all things.
In all things. In our business, in our love, and in our social media. So, that being said, this podcast or this vlogcast is going to be about what do you do when you've been done wrong. And why did this come up, you all? This came up because we went to church. Man.
He was done wrong.
We went to church, y'all. We went to church. I just got done telling you that God's word is law. And now I got to come back and tell you that we went to church and what got done wrong. Golly, it don't fit right in the right sentence.
It'd be funny to me because I already discerned a lot of things.
Yeah, so this is what happened. I'm in a transition, or I'm not in a transition anymore. I was in a transition from my old church. We're not going to say names. It doesn't even matter at this point. But I was in a transition from my old church, and I'm not a regular member. And for those who don't know what a regular member is versus, upgraded members, regular member is just simply someone who's probably coming to church. They sit in the pews or in the chairs and they enjoy the word, they enjoy the music, yada, yada, yada. Nothing wrong with that. I am currently in a season at my new church that I am a regular member where God has me seated instead of being able to play the drums. And he is making me, and I am loving it, you all.
Or the piano,
right. But he's making me, he's allowing me, giving me the opportunity to be able to learn his word and grow a deeper relationship with him. So being a regular member has its perks just as much as being an upgraded member. I don't know the right terminology about this.
But I guess an upgraded member would be you don't just go to church to get something. You
right.
actually bring something to the church.
You bring something to the table. You're serving, right?
You're putting time in. You're helping the ministry. You're tithing. You're being present. You're being involved.
Well, regular members tithe too. And so we'll say that.
Shame the devil, speak the truth.
Some regular members tithe. Not all, and that's not good. God has done wonders for us. No matter what we're going through, at least we can do for him is give the 10% that he asked us for. That being said, though, I'm a regular member now. But I was an upgraded member at this old church, you all. My role there was I was the head drummer. And not only was I the head drummer, but I was really... I had a very crucial part in regards to the church just running in general. I did a lot for the marketing team, for the media team, and when we were in the process of actually building the church, you all, there was a lot going on. I was always there as much as possible. And so this is where I kind of come with that point of being an upgraded member. I was investing my time, my talents, and my treasures into the church, just like many other people have. But in this transition, some things happened. We're not going to really go into those, but some things happened that caused me to have to make a transition. Now, no love lost to the church, no love lost to the members of the church, anything like that. I have not been church hurt, you all, so I want to make that very clear. I'm perfectly fine. But that being said, I had to make a transition, and in that transition, I simply wanted to handle it in a way of, hey, allow me to go and talk to the core members who, I had a really great relationship with, the people who who were serving in the church as well that I would interact with on a weekly basis, and allowed me to just simply pull them to the side and let them know that, hey, you all, this will be the last time you'll be seeing me here at the church. I love you all. I appreciate you all, but God has another journey for me elsewhere. And so it's time for me to go ahead and take a leap. But that was not done. And here's the reason why. So, that being said, I wanted to make sure that me and the pastor have a really great relationship, you all, in the sense of we've known each other way before I even knew he was a pastor. We grew up on music together. We were musician friends, musician buddies, musician brothers. And so when I came to him and told him about what my ideals were, he was like, hey, you know what? This is the anniversary week, and so I would prefer you to come back the next week. And, for me, like you all. So here's one thing you should know about us. We just moved into this beautiful new home, as you can see in the background, right? We just moved. But this beautiful new home is like a field trip going out of town when it pertains to that church or any place within North City, St. Louis, you all. So that being the case, it ain't like we just trying to drive out there just to be driving out there. It has to be intentional. There needs to be reasons on why we're trying to drive out there. And, it was their anniversary. I wanted to go back and support for their anniversary because that church did mean a lot to me. So that being the case, he stated, this is the anniversary. How about you come back next week and we can.
Because we're going to do a send-off, right?
Right, we're going to do a send-off. And I was like, I don't really need that, but hey, you know what? It's cool. We can do the send-off. my buddy M, that's what I call him. I said I ain't gonna get no names. My buddy M said that, a send-off would be good because you weren't a regular church member. You were definitely on a different level. And so I said, you know what, man, I guess that's cool. Let's just go ahead and do it. Jay, just said that he wants to do that send-off the following week. We'll go ahead and make it happen. So anyway, we're going to fast forward. We get to the next Sunday and we head to the church. This is the Sunday where my send-off is to commence. Well, you all, we were the first ones at the church. First ones, right? Well, I'm not going to say the first ones, but we were the first.
Wasn't the first, but first actual pieces of the congregation, because it wasn't really nobody there that Sunday.
Yeah. Well, at least not when we first got there. They started to trickle in.
People that serve.
Yeah, they started to trickle in as the service started to go. But for the most part, we were there for like in the audience by ourselves for a little while.
About 30 minutes.
And so whatever the case may be, it was interesting. You tell your side of the story on this end. I'll let you talk.
I done been getting in trouble every time I have something to say. So, well, it was quite the sermon. I couldn't really get the topic at first, but in the beginning it started off with the color thing, where you
the color thing.
Go with your kind and you help your kind, come up, come up together. One thing that I love to remind people of is that heaven is not all black. Heaven is not all white. It is wonderful, multicolored in its sight. So, I don't really like the whole, stick together, let's do this. I don't mind it, but when it comes to the church, right? The churches should be where anybody should be able to come, okay? We all have different businesses. Both of us are entrepreneurs. We run family-owned operated companies because now we work for each other, right? And we work on each other's businesses. But when it comes to the church, come as you are, whether you're black, you're white, whatever. So the beginning kind of was just a little interesting, a little quite convenient. Remember, we were the only people in the in the service. So I did not take notes. I was not moved at all.
She was on her phone.
I wasn't, and Tim had an attitude. He's talking about something, you sure don't be on your phone like that at the church when we go normally. And I was just like, well, I smell what I smell from a mile away. So, as it got further along into progressions of it, it got so much better, and it was such a wonderful word. I felt like the word was meant for so many of the core people sitting, including the one giving it. So, it was wonderful how it was articulated, and how, Tim was kind of, utilized within the service, within the message too. Like, it was like he was talking to him, and he said this wonderful thing about, wanting to give him a proper send-off. And then, as soon as the service was over, no send-off was given, no send-off was given. And, the first word, because, we sitting right in the front, the first word that the messenger said, the person delivering the message, I forgot. I forgot. And you just know when people just telling you bullshit. It'll be like, okay, you know what? that can work with Tim, or anybody else, or it's not gonna work with me. So I said what I said. I said, I wasn't gonna just code it. I wasn't gonna say, you let the Lord use you. You might not have been meant to be. No, I said it was a good message. That's it.
She was happy that she at least finally got to hear it. She'd been to the church 3 different times, and that was the first time she actually got to hear him preach.
Yeah, it was a good message. Then he turned around and told Tim the same thing, and that let me know that deep down in his heart, he really did not forget. He really just didn't want to do it. So, the whole done wrong thing, it came about after the fact, and I'm just like, it really ain't nobody here anyway, but the core members and the people that he serves with. So why is it such a hard thing to do it on that day? So, service was over. We was getting up out of there. Tim had on his book bag.
I was ready to go,
and
y'all.
After I said what I said, he like, I could do it right now. I could
and that was the problem for me.
So I was like, I would rather just went on home.
Yeah.
But it was like, okay, this is kind of tacky.
I did not want to be called back up.
I forgot, but then let me call him back up here and just get like a little quick little, Tim was great. He was this for the church. Mm-hmm. We appreciate him. He leaving.
And I think my problem with it was that I felt like it was just it was like an inconvenience. It felt like an inconvenience to other people, and it felt like a.
Well, it just felt.
What's the word?
And I won't talk for you because you feel how you feel, and I was just silent as can be at the service. I was just as silent. I ain't
for
had nothing
me.
To say.
I'll say I was more so just kind of like, all right, yeah, I don't want to necessarily be here no more. Like, and he told me when he said, oh man, I just forgot. I didn't even mean to, man. It totally slipped my mind. My specific words to him was, it's cool, bro. Like, it's good. Just understand, I'm not coming back to do another send off. Like, this is a far drive to me. Like, so it's good, but I'm just not coming back. And so when I got called up finally, it was awkward. It felt like an inconvenience to everyone, and I just didn't feel right. And
3-4 people that was in there. 1 or 2 had left already.
It was more people than how she's making it. But I will say though, regardless of how many people was there, it didn't really. It wasn't even about the fact of how many people was there. It was more so just like. It felt like a last minute thought. You know what, you all, here's a good way to explain. Women, Valentine's Day has come up, right? Actually, anything. How about your anniversary comes up, right? Your wedding anniversary comes up, and you for months now you've been planning out what you were gonna do for your loved one, right? You got all these plans for him. And come anniversary day, you got all this stuff set out, right? And then boom, it's time for him to do whatever he's wherever he thought he was going to do, planned out he was going to do. But come to find out, based on how things are going, and we've all hit these points a few times. I've hit them, and I ain't going to sit here and lie to y'all. I've done it, so I'm not making it seem like I'm better than anybody. But comes point where it's time to execute, and when you start to look at how your significant other's executing, you start to realize like they put no type of thought plan into it, and it's just like, I mean, like, they say it's the thought that counts. Like, okay, it was nice. But
actually, they forgot. They they didn't put any thought into it. They at the last minute when it got some, from last year, maybe just paint a picture and be like, "Hill."
That's really what it was, and it was bad, and it was awkward.
So let's reel it back in. It was awkward, and it might sound a little all over the place because everybody.
It don't sound like all over the place.
Well, not all over the place, but people don't know the whole story. They don't know the time and energy and things and all the things that was invested into it and the friendship and all of that. So we don't want to make it seem as though we're picking on anybody. But this is more so just how do you decipher different things? How do you deal with different things when you're being done wrong, especially in a church setting, in a setting where it seems like someone's coming for you based on your progress or based on, your life changes or how you have evolved, versus being happy for you, or celebrating you per se.
Yeah.
Deeply actually connecting or putting in an effort to, reach out and really genuinely see how you're doing versus what can you do for me, so it's a lot of different things that, that caused the episode of being done wrong. Tim felt as if he was done wrong, and it wasn't from me saying anything. He had another counterpart or another person who called him and mentioned, how did you feel about this? So, what I said was that I want to stay out of it and not, give my opinion because I said enough from the beginning of the journey of visiting. But what when he brought that up and let me see that, it really did bother him. And obviously when you love somebody and you care about them, when they're bothered, you're bothered. So, we wanted to take this opportunity to just say church hurt is real. It happens in different facets, different things. I grew up in the Baptist church. Then I went to Primitive Baptist. I got a little bit older. Actually, I grew up missionary Baptist. But there's a lot of crazy things, and I'm sure some of you guys could comment and say what you've experienced as well that took place. And I say all of this to say that we have to deal with the spiritual matter of the situations, and we have to pray for the people, that do us wrong, because when we try to deal with them in the flesh, right, it does not get healed. It does not get better.
And remember this, you all, like, people will tell you when you feel like you've been done wrong, especially that person. There are quite a few different people out there that would be like, well, oh no, I didn't do you wrong. I don't know how you felt that way. Look, I'm talking to myself because I've done it before. Roxy can attest to that, where I've told her like, nah, you shouldn't feel this way because of that. And at the end of the day, I can't tell Roxy or I can't tell anybody how they should feel about a certain situation, because even though I won't feel that way, it doesn't justify that, doesn't, demean or cancel out how they feel.
Right.
And so, your feelings are justified, but you got to communicate those feelings. And if you never communicate those feelings, no one never knows. And and that was a conversation that we had in the past, not about this situation, but me and the individual did have a conversation, and we got some things out. He felt a certain way, and I felt a certain way about the situation, and it was just like, this is what it is. And
about this situation?
No, not about this situation. Oh yeah. So when you feel like you've been done wrong, no matter how they choose to react or respond to it, figure out first and foremost what is your your sought after, I guess, solution or resolution to the situation. You've been done wrong. So what are you looking for? What are you wanting to receive at the end if you go ahead and confront this individual? Are you looking for an apology? Are you looking for more, toxic conversation and more drama? What are you looking for? Now, if it's anything negative and nothing beneficial to both you and that individual, let it go. Honestly, you save yourself so much headache, stress, and just everything. But if it's beneficial, and it can help you progress in your life, go ahead, pursue it. And if it gets nowhere, then drop it. Let it go.
And what I would say with that, I hope you were finished, right? What I would say with that, as he's saying, when you tell somebody something, you don't always expect an apology. You don't always expect them to understand. But if you're telling them for them to truly understand how they made you feel, that can get a burden off of your own heart, right? Mm-hmm. It can release it from you, so you can forgive this person who might have done you wrong. You move on with your life. But if you don't say anything, right, that's when it becomes one of those things where, now if it's not a big deal and it's water on the bridge anyway, that's that, because everybody have haters, and some people just be hating on you no matter what you do. It don't matter what, they just gonna hate. They never gonna celebrate you. But when it comes to actually, really pointing those things out that were done, if you're doing it for your own release, right, then that's a good reason to do it, because although the other person might not give you what you expect back, you're able to say, well, I said what I said, tell the truth, shame the devil. Mm-hmm. Tell the truth, say how you feel, and just be honest with people, right? Because people need to hear when they be dead wrong. Yeah. Like, sir, you is dead wrong. Like, you know what I mean? Like, come on now, bro. Like that. It's not even no explanation. Like, we can laugh and kiki about it, because it's funny. But the reality is, you're not finna look at me like I'm no fool and then make it like, like it's evident. It's evident in everything. So yeah, it's okay to just say, I was wrong and I shouldn't have not done X, Y, and Z, and maybe I could have did this differently. Yeah. However, will that happen? Probably not. It's fine. But, it's no love lost. It's peace and love from a distance. You know what I mean? And that's how I encourage you guys to look at relationships, seasons, right? Positions, different things, because in ministry, I feel as though you should be going where you're celebrated, not tolerated, not used, not anything. You want to go where you're celebrated. So, and when you see that, when you actually grow and you go elsewhere, you're still celebrated. You know what I mean? There's no malice in it, simply because we're not all meant to be in the same place forever. Okay? Change is good. And when you evolve, you grow. You grow, you evolve into other situations and scenarios.
And not everybody's going to like how you grow. But that being said, you are actually, speaking of growth, if you want to see a really good episode of what growth looks like and how people don't support your growth, if you have not checked out Bel Air, go and check that out. Actually, episode 5 was not Carlton, but the best friend, Trey.
Oh, yeah.
That was a great example of what it looks like.
Since jump.
That's true. Carlton has.
You can't live like that. You be.
Let us know what y'all think about that episode, and let us know what y'all think about the show in general. But look, you all, we're not gonna take up too much of your time.
Yeah, 29 minutes.
We're on Facebook, we're on Instagram, and we're on TikTok. Go and follow us on all platforms. And look, below right here, we're gonna have a link right there. Just a beautiful link to let you all know what all of our social tags are. But go and subscribe. Yeah, Tim and Roxy is simple. Or Our Busy Love Vlogcast. We got the website coming up soon, you all, but go and subscribe, hit the bell notification so you can get updates when we're releasing new episodes, you all. We're doing this every week on Friday. So we look forward to your support. We look forward to being able to talk with you all. And thank you again for supporting Tim and Roxy, our Busy Love Vlogcast. What you got to say, babe?
I was going to say, and we do this stuff so we can show you guys how we live, how we laugh, how we love, how we work, and ultimately to inspire you.
So, be inspired and be encouraged, and you all put God first in all that you do, and I promise you, you will never lose. That is a guarantee. I didn't lose, and why? Because I have this beautiful woman that God blessed me with. Now, that being said, you all, y'all take your butts to bed or go to work, whatever you got to do, but till then, be blessed and see you next time.
Peace.